Gather round on a Thursday night in the Metaverse, feeling hype. Matthew and Rizzle, they're on the mic. Welcome to the WIP, hold on tight. Lightning strikes, the energy's high. WIP fam in the virtual sky. New speakers, new stories, don't be shy. Crypto knowledge, we're in the know. Oh my! WIP fam, we break virtual worlds. Hear the thunder as the lightning twirls. Paradox behind the lens, making moves. Hate on the audio, no time to lose. Show's got the afties, let the good times cruise. Show's got the afties, let the good times cruise.
Boom, there we go. Quick mic check, can y'all hear me okay? 5 out of 5, or 5 over 5 to be specific. There we go. Awesome. What up, y'all? This is Matthew, aka Nifty Time. Metageist took the words literally right out of my brain. I have a feeling that today's whip is going to be one of them whips. We have a lot planned for everyone. We got HiddenForces in the house, going to be doing a huge art giveaway. I don't think I should say that, but it's going to be an art giveaway. I know Abysms and a bunch of other folks are saying, like, don't go to the whip today because of that, but if you're here, you're going to get some free art, and it's going to be great. And you're going to get more than that. You're going to get the backstory, the process, all the good stuff. After that, we got Cameron in the house, who's going to be telling us all about Rebase.Finance, peeling back the future a little bit, showing us what's ahead with jobs. And he's going to make it rain on everyone. And then after that, we're going to have a little bit more chance of shower of airdrops. We got a huge jumping course that our dude Paradox designed in hyperfi.io/whip. First 5 winners of this challenging jumping course he designed, well, we'll be able to split a $500,000 of a stakeable asset. I'll keep it under wraps until we get to that portion of the show what that stakeable asset is. But as we're jumping around, literally, Metageist is going to be talking about the Anani box revamp. That is, it's currently live, and it will be liver tomorrow when the pre-sale transitions to a public sale. So a lot to unpack today. I'm about to shut my mouth up, but quick shilly of the Matthew and Rizzle Show podcast. We're talking about a lot of good stuff this week. Check it out. Support the show. Free mint, free-ish mint, fee mint, whatever we call that these days. Show us some love, and then let us know what you think. So with that, I'm going to shut my mouth up. Pass the mic to Rizzle so we can get the hype train rolling for today's WIP.
Yo, thanks. We'll see how far we get with good audio checks. Am I sounding all right? All right, good. Yes, as Matt said, we got like a packed show today, so I'm going to try and keep it as brief as possible. I got a couple announcements, so just bear with me. As always, big shout out Foxy Yoga for crushing the pre-whip DJ set. We are in Hyperfi. If you're not, we are, and you should hop in there because there's a lot of stuff going on in Hyperfi. We Hidden Forces did out the parcel. If you pop in, you're standing on one of his pieces of art, similar to what he's going to be giving away. So wander around, check it out. The jumping course is going to come into play. I won't give you details on how that's going to come into play now, but feel free to hop around and do some practice sessions. But Hidden Forces and Cameron will be doing some screen shares, so don't go too far. Dragonate will be broadcasting that on the Twitch feed into the Hyperfi parcel. So if you're hopping around, you should be able to just turn around and look at the big screen. If you're not, if you're in Hyperfi. If you're only in Discord or in Discord anyway, we're in the general channel. That's where all the links are going to be dropped. And the screen share should also be concurrently happening in Discord. So this is another one of these. We're streaming it from one place to another into another, and then it's somehow going to pop out on our Twitch feed and end up on the YouTube channel at the end of the day of all this too. So look out for all that stuff going on. Some important links. I'll drop the guest list now because this is going to be crucial. As always, Fabiano and Patrizia are hooking us up for a freebie for all of us. They've been crushing it week in and week out. That's on display at the front of the stage left or right. It's like the Super Soaker looking thing out there. So weapons for everybody if you sign the guest book. And that's also on the stage in World. And I believe there are other goodies coming for guest book signers. So guest book is an important one for this week. It's not going to close until later on, so make sure you do that. The regular shill links, we have all this stuff, right? We got a link tree, we got a Warpcast channel, uploaded the latest Paradox mashup to the YouTube channel, as well as like a whole bunch of other stuff. So if you weren't here last week, check out the latest mashup and all of our stuff that's out there. And I think I'm going to try and just plow through. A couple Rizzlefest announcements. Shout out Matt. We knew Matt was coming, and Matt scooped his ticket. And an exciting partnership with Hyperfi. We're in Hyperfi now. And Hyperfi is going to be hooking us up with a Rizzlefest parcel. They're going to be hosting through us a 3D scanning competition, giving out some parcels to Rizzlefest attendees who participate and everything. So exciting that Hyperfi is something we use every week and also get involved in Rizzlefest. And also, we are, as the WIP. If you look at this post from Sky Bravo, some of you remember the bus from last year. We're slapping some decals onto it. We're going to offer that to other people, projects who want to get their thing on the bus. But in the meantime, the WIP's going to slap a big-ass sticker on the bus as well and make sure we're nice and prominent at Rizzlefest since a whole bunch of the WIP crew and WIP fam is going to be coming out for Rizzlefest, including Brookhawk. Shout out Brookhawk. So that's my shill update, Rizzlefest WIP overlap thing. And with that, I think I can finally shut my mouth. Like Matt said, we got a lot going on. If you have questions for today's presenters, Show is yelling at people to mute your microphones in the chat box right now. He is the person you're going to direct your questions to as stuff is going on, and he will relay them to our presenters as they're, or after they're done, or whatever. You know what I mean? I think that's everything, just about everything. If I forgot stuff, I'll hit you at the end. In case you didn't know, we're like Metaverse Public Broadcasting. We've been doing all this since we were children, it feels like. This is our 5th year. If you donate to the WIP Meetup.eth, it gets chopped up amongst our crew. If you want to donate a whole bunch of money or a whole bunch of something awesome, we'll love you forever and build you some sort of monument. We've appreciated stuff like that, anything coming down the pike our way now and in the past. If you want to give out stuff, man, Hidden Forces is in line this week, man, after like a whole bunch of weeks in a row of WIP fam people just coming out and making it rain on our audience. So shout out to all of y'all who have made these events even more dope than they've ever been, just by showing up and being generous to the people who come out here week in and week out. And Hidden Forces is one of them. Cameron is one of them hopping on today. Fabiano and Patrizia, week in and week out. Really appreciate all the love, and we all love stuff. So, and I am not excluded from that. I love stuff as well. So if you want to be one of these people and give out stuff to our audience, and we will love you forever, just hit us up and we'll make it happen. Shout out to the crew who makes this happen week in and week out. Foxy Yoga, Easy, Paradox Show, Dragonate, Conwolf the Stowaway, Brookhawk the Chef, Fabiano, Patrizia, Fractillions, Johan, Matt, Metageist. I will shut up now so we can kick it over to Hidden Forces if he has finally figured out how to get in here and concurrently do audio. But I believe we're safeguarded a little bit. We've got the MP4s queued up if we've got to do some screen sharing on his behalf. So with that, we're going to try and kick this off in some sort of organized fashion. I encourage you to explore the parcel, check out his art while Hidden Forces is getting rolling here, and let's do the things. So Hidden Forces, man, this is we're going to try and make the third successive mic handoff.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, dude, sounds great.
Okay, good. Yeah, the problem is going to be, well, we'll see if I can actually share the videos that I want to share. Anyway, yeah, this is Hidden Forces. How's it going, y'all? I think most of the people here know me. A lot of you have met me. I've been on a kick giving away art recently, and I wanted to come to the WIP and just sort of recalibrate a little bit. I showed artwork here. The last time I was here, that was like 2020. I think that was the last time I was presenter on the WIP. With Tom Eric Smith art. So it's been a minute, and I'm sort of in a place right now where I'm sort of rethinking the whole game, and just not rethinking it like to abandon it, but just sort of recalibrating, like I said. So let me try to screen share and see if this will run, and I'll like pick it up a little bit. And if not, then I'll just cut some stuff out and get to the juicy bits. Let me try and share my screen here. What the fuck? Share screen. Oh, it can give all kinds of things. This is interesting. How about this? Okay. Can you see? Oh wait, here it comes. Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give everybody a second. Okay. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, you could actually hear the audio?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Oh, wow. Okay, great. I couldn't hear it. That's awesome. Okay, so let me move on. I'm just keeping sharing my screen. So I used to be a set designer and art director, prop stylist, and do all this stuff in New York. And I wanted to show this stuff because this sort of shows that that's where this commercial was shot, and I worked on the crew to build all this stuff up. And we even took this boat out on the East River with these two crazy guys in it, and took a little trip. And my friend here even sprayed a bunch of fog out, a bunch of smoke out. And while we were out there, a police helicopter came over because we were really close to the Statue of Liberty. We were worried about getting arrested, but they figured out we were just shooting a commercial. So while I was doing that, yeah, this is sort of like a quick like career rundown, maybe, if you will. But let me just keep going. So while I was doing that, I was also doing steel work. So I had a workshop. So here's a little taste of that.
You're not screen sharing anymore if that's what you're
Yeah,
trying to
we
do.
lost you hidden. It was going so well for a second, but Hidden Forces was in like some sort of vortex earlier where he like couldn't like hear something when he like toggled something.
I think as whatever he's playing, it killed the audio on Discord, so I don't think you can hear anything that we're saying until whatever he's showing us stops streaming.
It's a good story though. This is what hanging out with Hidden Forces is like in real life. If anyone's wondering, Hidden Forces, no man, we can't hear you. Hidden Forces has just got like story after story, and they're all wild. They're all good. No, this is good. This is actually to be expected. We buffered the beginning of the WIP with like, knowing that something chaotic was going to happen. So we got a few in here. Hidden, we can't hear anything, man. We can't hear anything. We can't see anything. Oh, here we go. Hey, we got something. All right, so everyone, click on Hidden Forces. We can't hear him, but we can see what he's showing.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Could you hear the audio?
Yes.
Okay, let me screen share a little more. This one. No, actually, hold on. So anyway, that was the steel work that I was doing. Trying to screen share again, to talk about it quick with a visual. But basically, there we go. Okay, live again. This was kind of what I was working on with the steel, trying to work on these organic forms in more regimented digital ways. And this is what ended up coming out of that. This shot was taken by Giselle Flores. These pieces were made a number of years ago, but it's a physical piece made out of steel, as you saw. And it's real light. It's like a real object. And Giselle is, obviously, you guys know her. She's a master at her craft. And I worked with her for a long time. We got into things together here in New York. This is kind of the look of it. She shot all these, and then I made some larger ones that aren't fully all put together, but one of them was put together. And now some of them the little ones have rust. So let me kill that. And let me pull up that. No, I guess I can't pull that up. 1 second. Okay, so then I got into creating these, like I had to get out of steel. I wanted to do these kind of, not throwaway pieces, but just like cheap materials. So I started putting together these pieces, and I worked with Giselle to do these weird little like gelatin pieces inside petri dishes. And that's when like this stuff came about. Let me try and share this. Oh no, an error occurred. All right, this is going off the rails a little bit. Let me skip ahead to the process. So I wanted to show my, are you guys following this at all? Let me find, oh shit, I closed it. 1 second. Yeah, can you guys see? Let me try and screen share it. Yeah, I should have gotten together with a little more. Here we go. All right, can you see that? Petri dish?
Yeah.
With the goo inside. So this was what we were working on, Giselle and I. And we were just trying to work with science clients and trying to like create something that would appeal to them. Can you still see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So yeah, so then I started to think about ice, and I put these pieces together where I drilled all this ice and I created a kind of color set, like a map to go with it. Oh wait, it's not there. But then I started putting them together like this. Can you see the green? Oh no. Oh wait, is this wait, could you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? Crazy music? Or
Yeah, some like grungy, cool, crazy music.
all right, that's not the right one. Give me 1 second. Can you still see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. 1 second. Okay. Here it is. You see it?
Like a collection screen.
No, it's a video. Hold on.
I
Let me
think you
start it
gotta
over.
swap tabs.
Yep, give me 1 second. God, you guys are really patient. Sorry for all the audio problems.
These are dope.
How do I switch tabs on this? Hold on 1 second. Let me stop sharing my screen. Sorry. Where is it? Location.
Are they the examples like you're trying to show in world that like we're on top of and I laid out in there? Because that might be easy for people to see from that standpoint while you're talking.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just shoot ahead because it's just a little difficult. Go ahead and roll one of the ones. Just pick one, Dragonate, and see if we can see one of them either on in world or on the screen in world.
Yeah, should be going from Discord to in world.
There we go. Awesome. Thank you for playing that. So yeah, the pieces are these kind of ice and dyes and ground up gemstones and little gold, little metal in there. And they're stop motion. Not stop motion, rather. They're shoot, what's the term? They're sped up. Sorry, I'm getting a little exasperated by the problems with the audio. But I'll switch it back. So yeah, those are the pieces I've been working on for a long time, and one of those is those 3 pieces that are in world right now. Those were kind of this pinnacle for me with that process, and I really got excited about merging the audio with the visual so that they could create this kind of trance sort of mental state if you sort of zoned in on them and watched them for long periods of time, which I've done a bunch of. All 3 of those, even just while making them, they sort of started pulling me in a really new way. Excuse me. But now I'm doing these cyanotype pieces. When I went to Lisbon, I gave one to Carlos Marcial, and they are photo prints from stills from the videos, and then they get hand colored. And let me see if I can share them on this silly setup here. I think I can. Yeah, I think I can do some of them. Give me one sec. Oh, media player. Can we do that? Actually, let's play this. Yeah. This was my application for Super Rare. This is sort of the process. It's a compartmentalized version of it. Here, this will be entertaining. Here you go.
His identity is unknown.
Who is this?
An explosives expert.
Who's this?
I mean, who the hell is this guy?
Nobody fucking move!
Whatever he is, he's a damn problem.
The only thing more dangerous than knowing the truth is telling it.
Fucking paranoid. People will be divided. We're not gonna make it, into those who are conquered.
Fight with what is available.
And those who resist.
These people can make us disappear.
That probably just makes me sound druggy and paranoid, right?
We are not safe. We are not safe. They have no idea what they're up against. And now, he's here.
Look at us, man. Look at you. Everybody out there's getting paid but us. I'm gonna change this.
Look what you've done. Now you got me all wrong. I'm not a destroyer. I'm a creator. You're not a creator. You're a sick freak.
I'm the one y'all need to be worried about.
I still love you anyway.
Today's young generation, they don't know anything.
Hey, girlfriend, who's that on the radio? You know who it is? No, it's my man. Who?
Like the fall aroma out there. Streets gonna be filled with animals.
You know I'm right.
Could you hear the audio? I'm laughing. I can hear the audio in my head, but I can't hear it while it's playing. I'm glad you can hear it. It's not my mix. I stole it from Bomb 20, who's a DJ from way back in the day. Maybe Dragonite might recognize it, but probably nobody else would. But yeah, it's great samples that he does. I don't want to take credit for it. But it definitely woke the people, John Crane woke up when he saw that, I'm sure, in 2019 or whenever. So that's about how the process works. I think it shows really sort of what I was doing, which was sort of like just freaking out in my basement, like I was already in my basement freaking out when the pandemic started. So it was an easy transition for me to just put my work online and keep freaking out. so to speak. So I just want to quick, I know we're kind of running long on time, even though I can't hear any audio from my end, but let me just quick try to share the pieces, the cyanotype pieces, excuse me, which I think I can. Yeah. Okay. This is kind of the raw. Can you see it? Wow, now I can't hear you. Can you? Oh, yeah, okay, good. You can't see it. So yeah, these are the cyanotypes after they get colored. This one was one that had a mistake in the print, and I just decided to keep going with it because I thought it was really beautiful and like kind of poetic in a way, because they're made in with wet materials and in a petri dish and all that. So I thought that one kind of resonated. And then I think it turned out quite nicely. I like that one. It's one of my favorites. And then here's a little triptych of 3 that I put together. I kept coming up with this motif. It kept sort of rising up out of the work, if you will, this kind of moth or butterfly kind of look. And so I made a number of these in the digital pieces I'm going to give away to everybody today, which are what these are based on. They're sort of a dilution, a final dilution of that work. But I thought visually, they're one-of-one prints, so I just was thinking about decor and how they would look on a wall, and how buying 3 would maybe work better as a grouping than a single one. And this was just a grouping that I found kind of elegant looking. But they're not, okay, so that's those guys. Let me jump out of that. Stop staring at my screen. So yeah, sign the guest book. Everybody's gonna get one of these pieces, not the cyanotypes, but these digital stills that I have for my PFP project. Maybe I should actually show that quick before I close out. Let me pull them up quick so people know sort of what they're getting into. I mean, some people have seen them. I definitely posted a whole bunch. I've given away a bunch in the last 2 weeks. Let me quick try to hold up. 1 second. I'm gonna share my screen one last time. Here we go. Yeah. So yeah, these are the pieces. It's called 99 Jewels. I just wanted to do a PFP to be cool like everybody else. But I didn't have the stomach to make more than 100. Jesus. So many people make so many of these things. I thought 100 was nice. Maybe I could find 100 people that will rock it. And so I'm giving them away. I would ask that everybody temporarily, it's voluntary, obviously, but if you want to jump in and be cool and down with the click, maybe rock it as your PFP for the next week, just to show people that you got some cool stuff and you didn't have to follow anybody or retweet anything to get it. But yeah, these are the ones. I'll maybe mention in how you got to know the WIP line at the bottom of the guest book, write in whether you want a dark one or a light one. I'll be picking them for people, but if people have a preference over light or dark, I'd like to honor that and give them something that they kind of vibe with. If you're a goth and you want it in your room, you're gonna want this one right here, a dark one. Okay, so that's that. Let me jump out of that and stop sharing my screen. I think I went on. Oh, you like the dark ones? Cool. Okay, I'm back on the reading part so I can see people like them. Oh yeah, that dark one's, there's that moth again showing up. But I really love that. It just spoke to me so many times, and I just made a bunch of duplicates of that kind of look. So there's a few different mothy ones. If you really want one of those, maybe write that in, or or even go to OpenSea. Actually, go to OpenSea and look for Hidden Forces. Actually, hold on. Let me put the stupid.
Drop the link.
What's that?
Drop the link to the collection.
Yeah, exactly. I'm being an idiot. Sorry. Oh, why don't you guys just go there and 1 second. I'm about to drop it right here. Yeah, if you guys have a nice one that you like, go ahead and ask for it. I won't honor every single one, but probably most of them. Some of them are already given away. The first person to buy them was Wizard X. So he actually bought one right the day I launched it. Actually, he came out to show some solidarity and show some love. And the other person is Nate Alex. So as far as collectors are concerned, started out on a hot foot. But anyway, yeah, mention kind of ones you like, and I'll try and give everybody what they like. And yeah, you just have them. They're free. Like I don't want to see them sit on a digital shelf forever. Like I would love to see them out in the world. If people wanted to rock them for a day or a week or something, then that would be beautiful for me, and that would be something that would make me happy, and it doesn't have to be about some silly money thing. So that's kind of the thought behind that. Or if you if you want more than one, or if you want to grab some, certainly you could buy them. And as far as the cyanotypes are concerned, there's one that's up on Super Rare right now. I'll put up a link quick, but yeah, you can buy that one they're quite cheap. I mean, just throw an offer at me. I'll take anything these days. Were there any questions?
Hey, man, we definitely have some questions, man. But we're going to push them to the end of the show total so we can get Cameron on here, and then we'll sort of do a hodgepodge of questions at the end here.
Whatever you want.
Give Cameron a chance to hop on. But dude, just want to say, like, really appreciate all your support throughout the years, man. I know a lot of people here have been interested in your process, and the understanding definitely helps appreciate what people are getting here with your generous giveaway today, man. So thank you so much, dude, and hang out for questions towards the end, and we're gonna throw the mic over to Cameron real quick and see what he's got to say about Rebase.
Thank you, man. I'll be here. Thanks.
Hell yeah, man.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Yo.
What's up, man?
Let me get my screen share going. Okay. Can you guys see Hidden Forces collection? That's the tab I have open.
Yeah, we're looking at Hidden Forces 99 Jewels.
Cool. So yeah, first off, awesome collection. Second off, definitely got triggered by that tennis ad at the beginning. I have a broken leg right now that I broke while playing tennis. But cup noodles are great, so maybe it all balances out. I guess so. I know a lot of you guys. I was co-founder of Cent, this platform. I'm sure you guys, Matthew and Rizzo kind of mentioned it a lot in the early days. We ran out of money earlier this year, so we're kind of in the wind down process. I'm looking at jobs at McDonald's, but I'm also fucking around with stuff on the side, like Rebase, which I want to chat with you guys about today. So the whole thing that got me going is like, and you guys can see the Rebase screen, right? That's streaming. It just says Rebase.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I think like just a little motivation before I jump into what this is. So ran Cent for almost 7 years. And for a lot of that time, I was like focused on fundraising. And I always felt like I could have had so many more iterations if I could just go heads down and just work on like things like product, right? And the reality is like VCs expect you to have everything working, otherwise they won't invest in you, unless you're someone who like had $1 billion exit before and you're just a name, but they want to throw money at success, right? So anyways, after that experience, I'm kind of like, fuck VCs, let's just go straight to the community, have the community own and grow it together. And that really only happens in crypto. That really only happens with a token, right? So the whole premise of Rebase is that a project can bootstrap their community and their finances with a token launch. And on the other side, token holders of other projects have a way of putting their bags to work. And the way that we do that is through staking. So on Rebase, we've had 2 tokens launched, one here, Refi, and one Jobs. And the way that those tokens are issued is through staking. So Rebase or Refi was the original one. It's actually the protocol token for Rebase. And you could see that when we launched, there's all these different tokens here. People would stake these tokens to earn Refi. And at our peak, we had like $2 million worth of tokens staked in the Refi launch. It was very successful. And so, you know, in a sense, we're kind of proving it out as we go. It's valuable for us to give tokens to these people because we're getting provably valuable users associated with the Rebase project and the Refi token specifically. And they're provably valuable because you have to stake build, or you have to stake degen, you have to stake something that's actually has value, right? So, yeah, and so now you have a token that's distributed to early supporters. They're rallying behind us every day in the Rebase channel. I'll drop the link to that in Discord, or Matthew, maybe you can drop the link to that in Discord, the screen share. Yeah, and so you have a token and you have people rallying behind you, but like you can only go solo for so long. You need to kind of parallelize to really speed things up with the project. Effectively, you need a team, right? And so the second token that we launched after we launched Refi is actually another in-house token called Jobs. And right now the Jobs launch is live. And what Jobs does is it lets you build a team. Instead of the traditional situation of offering equity in a company, you're offering token allocations for projects. So in this future world, you're launching a project, you start using Rebase to distribute the token. You also use Jobs now to hire some of your first teammates, right? And what I like to think about is like, imagine you worked to earn like 1% of the degen supply, right? Like degen market cap is over 100 million now. You'd be doing pretty well for yourself. And so that's the type of opportunity that we want to create with Jobs. And, you know, the token itself comes into play by incentivizing sourcing or referrals. So you stake your jobs on job listings. Now, those job listings aren't live yet, but once they are, it'll be on its own dedicated website. It won't be on Rebase.Finance. We'll be posting that as soon as it's live. But then if that job gets filled, anyone who staked on that job collectively gets 5% of the salary or of the compensation. So it's a way to curate jobs, incentivize referrals, all that sort of thing. So we're heads down working on that product right now. It'll be a complement to Rebase. And yeah, this is live, so you can stake any of these tokens, Refi, Open, Tree, Board, Walk the Walk, Thank You Base God. There's all these different tokens that you could stake. So we're targeting these communities, right, by offering these incentives. They can stake, the communities can stake the tokens and they earn jobs. And I'll just go to one, for example, Refi. So we actually plugged in our original token into this launch. So we have over $75,000 worth of Refi staked, and those people are earning jobs as a result of staking. And as you can see, I'm one of the Refi stakers, so I have this much Refi stake there. And yeah, the other thing I'll mention that's not included here is that we have a campaign live with DegenPad. So anyone who has tip allocations on Warpcast, you can tip the DegenPad account. That's at DegenPad. And 12% of the job supply will go to people that tip. And so we're doing a little fundraiser here, raising degen through degen's tipping system on Warpcast. So yeah, many different ways to get jobs. And we have yet another way, which Matthew, can I just give the announcement about the giveaway? Okay, we are giving away 1 million plus 500,000 Refi tokens, and the 1 million is going to anyone who signs the guest book, and then the 500,000 is people who win this race coming up. And you can take those Refi tokens and you can stake them into the jobs launch and start earning jobs. So the tokens we give you today, you can immediately start putting to use, staking them in Rebase, and earning jobs. And so Matthew's going to handle the distribution of that. And yeah, that's kind of the start and the end of it for now. One more thing, actually, definitely want to get more projects here. So, if you're working on a cool project that could incorporate a token, we have this launch functionality that right now goes to this cute dog because we're keeping it closed, not letting anyone launch because we don't just want it to be like absolute shitcoins. Much love to shitcoins though. But if you're working on something, get in touch. We're happy to collab, and we'd love to put you up on this list of projects as well.
Cool. Yo, Cameron, thanks so much, man. We're gonna do the same thing with HiddenForces, man. I think we'll push questions to the end and let Metageist hop on and talk about the Anani box, because I think it'll go easy to do the race for the Rebase tokens while shows relaying questions to the three of y'all and everything. So why don't we do that and let Metageist hop on real quick, shows queuing up questions, and then we'll kick off this race once we hear about the Anani boxes and do some Q&A with everybody.
Hey, yeah, hello everybody. So thank you very much for giving me a slot in here. I creeped in at the last minute doing my usual scatterbrain indecisive nonsense, and I really appreciate that you're giving me a slot here. So I am going to try to keep it as brief as possible, but I do think a lot of you are going to be really interested in this, especially if you haven't heard of the ERC 7160 protocol on Transient Labs. If I just quickly share a link to a tweet in the chat, then you can see a little bit about what I'm talking about. It's not a case of trying to shill and get you to buy anything today. There's a limited window for people who have some of my older NFTs. If you happen to be one of those few people that bought an Anonybox or an enamel pin in the last few months, then you can get a discount today. Otherwise, you can pick it up tomorrow or any day over the next 6 weeks. So what this is a really interesting new token smart contract that Transient Labs have created that allows you to create an NFT, and the NFT acts as a folder of as many different files and as many different file types as you like. So once you've collected the NFT, you can log into Transient Labs with your wallet, and then you can choose from any number of different NFTs. So a few different use cases of this are, if you've got an artwork and you want it to be flexible in terms of its aspect ratio, the shape of it, you can have a piece of artwork, a video or a JPEG or whatever, that can be landscape or portrait or square, and the collector themselves can choose which of those 3 iterations of the artwork that they want to represent, so that they can suit their gallery or their screen on their wall or their on Hyperfy space or whatever. And another thing you can do is you can have, what I'm really interested in doing with this going forward is creating a token that invites people, collectors, friends, other artists into an ongoing creative process. So you can say, I've got this sketch. If you want to collect this sketch, from now on, you're going to see how this evolves over time, because I think that all artworks, all files, all JPEGs, all paintings, all sculptures, regardless of how long they took to make or when they were made, they are just a snapshot in a process of a creative journey that someone has gone through. And we put an awful lot of weight on the final token, the final version, the final sort of item. And with this protocol, you can allow it to be liquid, allow it to evolve over time. So you can invite people in on the first instance and say, I'm going to work on this over time, and I'm going to add new versions of this artwork as it evolves. And then you can see the creative process. And if you like, you might prefer the original sketch over the final JPEG. Sorry about the dog. So what I've done with the Anonybox is I've curated a 12-person gallery exhibition inside a single NFT, and you can collect and choose between any of the artists that you would like to be represented on the cardboard box. The reason why it's a cardboard box is it gives an opportunity to do a sort of low effort, low energy version of a dynamic 3D object that can be changed by the collector depending on what they need. So of course it's very simple, and the fact that it's an Amazon box is kind of, in my mind, it's kind of funny because I'm defacing an Amazon Prime delivery box, and you can wear it in Instagram on your head, so you can create an anonymous mask that allows you to communicate or make videos anonymously on the internet. But it's also a version of like a defaced version of Amazon, which is like the great pinnacle, the great icon of capitalism and monolithic monopolies. So I've got Angie Taylor, Bananakin, and John, and myself in the first round. If you collect this NFT over the next few days or weeks or whatever, every 2 weeks I'm going to add more artists, and there's going to be 3 GLBs, there's going to be 12 JPEGs, and probably some avatars as well. And you will be able to just choose between different versions of the artwork that you want to represent going forward. And it's kind of a test, it's kind of tongue-in-cheek, it's kind of funny, but it's it's something that I think that people can be inspired by. I think by making it simple and low effort and lo-fi, we can sort of explore and experiment with it. But there's no reason why that you could put any kind of evolving, different, open-ended, ongoing, infinite story inside an NFT. And also, the collectors can write into the contract on chain, and they can add their own feedback, their own interpretations, their own text of any kind. And so there's this really interesting potential for like a dynamic relationship between collectors and artists. I've got some great artists lined up over the next few weeks that are going to be added to this NFT. But at the moment, that's a secret. And today we've got the 4 different artists. So if you were to collect one over the next sort of 2 weeks, the money would be split between the 4 artists. I've got a splitter contract that allows me to change who gets the cash. And there's 3 rounds. And let me just post quickly the infographic. This took me like a full day to try to figure out, but I'm dropping it in here into the chat. I'm going as fast as I can because I know that we're sort of quite behind and I've been shooting, and thank you very much. You guys are amazing and I really appreciate it. And you can see how it works. Over there's 3 rounds and then more artists are added, but there's no reason why this couldn't be something that continues into the future. So this could be any kind of collaborative or group of artists, community of artists. They could create things, add it to the thing, and you log into Transient Labs and you choose which version of it is the version that you want to represent. And it, in OpenSea or wherever you want to view your NFTs, it changes the file, whether it's JPEG, video, GLB, or whatever, but it also changes the text, the description, the name. So there's this really interesting sort of like gateway to a open-ended dynamic collaborative exhibition inside a single NFT, which, if any of you remember my Cyclops from a few years ago, which was a physical sculpture with a curated show inside it, this is exactly the sort of thing that I've been wanting to play with for a long time. So I really appreciate the artists that have joined us. This is just a bit of fun. It's low cost. It's more or less open edition, but I will close it at the end of the sort of 4 to 6 week period. And anyone who collects it is going to get something that's very interesting. And interestingly, each one is actually a 1 of 1. So if anyone was to, I don't know, collect another piece or collect 5 versions of it or 2 versions of it, they can end up with something that the others don't have. So what what this means is I will have to manually add lots of different files to lots of different files. But that's why it's on base, because if this was on mainnet, this would be an absolute gas guzzler. So that's where I'm at with it. I just think it's really exciting, really interesting, and anyone who wants to talk to me, ask me any questions, that would be really cool. And I'm making an augmented reality face filter for every single artist as well. Whether they use it or not, or whether anyone uses it or not, is kind of by the by. But conceptually, we need to make sure that that the anonymous box allows you to be anonymous on the internet. Thank you.
Yo, can confirm that the box looks great on people's heads. Witness Metageist putting it on George Boya's head at some restaurant in Lisbon. I believe HiddenForces is also there. If you got questions for Metageist, hit them in the chat box before we get to questions and this difficult impromptu assignment we've assigned Show to relay them. Yes, you can definitely bring one to Rizzlefest, Paradox. Hop in World, we're all at the top of this ramp here, and while Show's relaying questions, we're going to kick off this race, and I'm going to take 1 minute to just explain to y'all how it's going to work. And there's no cheating, so you got to get back to the start, or at least start at the start, or get to the start before you start. So what you have to do is there's 5 or 6, if you look straight up from the ramp, Anani boxes. They're gigantic at the very top of the thing, and you can grab them. And it's going to put you inside of one, and you're barely going to be able to see. So the blue path is the path to the Anani boxes. On the count of 3, I'm going to say go. No cheating. I see someone getting over the side. And the 5 people to get their Anani box on their head and back to the stage will win the airdrop from Cameron and Rebase. And then everyone who signs the guest list is going to get a drop as well from HiddenForces, Rebase, and Fabiana and Patrizia, and who knows what else. I'm going to say go. You don't have to be here right at the start. You can come to the start late because who knows how long it'll take people. And then we're going to try and do some rapid fire questions. If our speakers could just try and keep it reasonably brief, just because we're trying to pack a lot in here. And then once we get 5 Anani boxes back to the stage, or 10 minutes comes first, we'll cap everything, do a group shot, and wrap this thing off. So we'll do like 10 minutes of Q&A and see how many Anani boxes get back. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. And then I guess that's also the cue for Show.
Yo, how's my audio?
Great, man. Thank you so much for dealing with all this on the fly, but it's been a good one.
Yeah, I mean, it's not difficult for me. You and Matthew just DM'd me and told me to skip all the questions, so I'm just sitting back chilling. I'm kidding.
You got to figure out how to put them all together, man, so I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah, that's not an issue. We're going to keep this super brief, y'all. So, in regards to Hidden Forces, I'm merging all your questions into one. From Metageist and Easy Crypto, they would like to know what inspired and motivated you, and also, have you ever thought about using any other kinds of interesting things for your project?
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for that question. What inspired me? Is that the question? I was kind of trying to paint that with my presentation. Went off the rails a little bit, but honestly, what inspired me was that I had like probably a full metric ton of steelwork in my basement that will like never go on a wall. It's not going anywhere. It's just like this albatross around my neck because I went a little crazy with the material. So I wanted to make something that was just something that was, I could pour it down a drain when I was done. You know, something that would just like disappear and I wouldn't have to carry it around. And I've always been interested in science. I've always been doing photographic processes outside the norm, like cyanotypes. I've done this forever. I was printing on gelatin, and like putting that inside the petri dishes. And so, yeah, just kind of a general science vibe, I guess, has always been a part of my work. And what was the last question? Other materials? We went through a bunch of stuff, Giselle and I, at the beginning, with like soap and oils and kind of all kinds of weird liquids like that. And so I kind of dialed it down to this ice stuff because it was easier to control how the colors interacted. I had to sort of like slow them down in time and put them into ice so that they wouldn't just like run all over and immediately mix together and not do anything interesting. So with this process, I've kind of taken it as far as I can go, I think, with it. With the cyanotypes, I'll do a few more of those because they're fun. But I think I'll be moving on to something new after I give away the rest of these, or maybe sell some too. Yeah.
That's cool. Hey, Cameron. So
using crypto. They would like to know how do tokens get listed, and is there a channel to get the jobs token?
Tokens get listed for like at the top to like launch, or staking incentives, like stake this token to earn jobs. Which one?
Well, that's actually the answer to the question. So they wanted to know how do you get these tokens? So basically, there's distribution in airdrop. Okay, and like you're basically receiving a reward for holding other tokens, correct?
That's right. You just have to stake them onto the platform, and then the jobs will be claimable at the bottom. If you don't own any of those tokens, then any token that you select in the drop-down list, there's stake, unstake, and then trade. So you can hit the trade button, and that'll take you to a place to acquire, say, refi or open or any of those tokens that you can stake to earn jobs. It's on base. Yes.
That's cool. And lastly, Metageist, you have a question from Matthew. He would like to know about any alpha leaks on a couple of those secret artists coming up in the pipeline.
And just to confirm, that's not a question, that's a demand.
So there are a few artists that have been in the space from the very, very early days that are interested and keen. I've got Mohara. I'm going to share Mohara, as in Moxara. A lot of you guys know him. He's in. And Mattia Cotini. Other than that, I'm not going to share anymore.
Appreciate that. I like the emphasis on early. I think that's a cool clue too. Cool. Thank you, dude.
Yo, I just want to say, people can keep competing, but if you get a box back to stage, do me a favor, just take a screenshot of yourself in it and post it on Discord so we can see you in it, because there's a couple people here with gigantic spinning boxes, and I didn't take into account it being very difficult to figure out who's inside of them. So I'll try and figure it out. I'm trying to walk into them on stage. In the meantime, as people are competing, we're going to try and do some sort of group shot, and maybe it's just while people are racing and everything, because I know a lot of people are competing. So why don't we get the theme song going? If you're not competing in the race, get up at the top of the ramp, and we can either pause or something for a second, or whatever. We got Paradox's theme song amount of time to figure it out. So Dragonade, man, if you don't mind queuing that thing up, we'll figure something out.
Just a humble cameraman looking for a tiny bit of attention.
It's me, Paradox. Get your asses in line and smile for the fucking camera. No one cares about Matthew and Rizzle, that's for sure. It's about me, Paradox. I'm taking over the show.
Alrighty, let's keep this nice and brief. How am I sounding? Audio good?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay, cool. If you're not listening, I'm Paradox. A little bit of feedback. I'm the resident WIP videographer, and it's the point of the show where we take a photo and I grab some video. So we're going to get everyone to stand at the top of this ramp. So if you are running around this track, just come back to the start for a sec. Sorry, anyone that's in a giant box. Actually, you know what? Sod it. You could be here too. All right, cool.
Just bring the box. Why not? They might not know how to let go of it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, don't let go of the box. Don't let go of the box. This is brilliant. Cool. So I edit together a recap video of these events every single week, and you can catch them. They go out on Rizzle's Twitter. So I'm going to ask Dragonade if he's got a little bit of music, and type /dance to dance, and then let's collect some video. Let's have a look. No pressure, Dragon. It's always a surprise what music he plays as well. Beautiful. Thank you, Dragon 8.
God bless us, everyone. We're a broken people.
of our simplest, but one of our most amusing both times. All right, cool. That's everything from me this week. I hope you enjoy the races. I think we'll be using some of these in the future as well, because there are another 3 more. But that's everything from me this week. Until next week, Paradox out. Cheers.
Yo, thank you so much, man. I believe we have 5 Anani boxes at the top, and I think we only have 2 or 3 people who have posted screenshots in here. So we'll just leave that open. And I suppose you can take any way to the top, but the blue path is definitely the easiest, which is why we started with that one this week. So, excuse me, highly recommend using the blue path, but I guess anyway is fine. Big shout out to Paradox for putting together the jumping course. Hidden Forces, longtime friend, fam of the WIP, coming in here with a huge giveaway. Fabiano and Patricia, of course, with their weekly giveaway. Cameron hopping on and making it rain and engaging us with this nice little competition. And obviously, Metageist, part of the crew and fam as well. So thank you all so much. I think that's about everything for today. But like I said, keep going. There's a few more Nani boxes at the top. So we got a couple more winners to get this airdrop, courtesy of Rebase and Cameron. So thanks so much, everyone. I'm going to toss the mic over to Matt real quick because this is a jam-packed whip, and I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. But we got another killer one coming next week, so don't go too far. Matt, man, we miss anything? No, Paradox, you can't enter.
No, I think we nailed everything. And that, like Cameron said, I have all the refi that I'm going to airdrop onto everyone's heads. So look out for that. I'll send an email too, just letting y'all know that the airdrop went out. And then like a quick 2 or 3 picture walkthrough for how you can take that refi, simply stake it on Rebase.Finance to start earning some jobs today. Boom, there we go. Stick around for the Afties show and get ready for the whip next week. Let's go.
Wait, is this thing on? Yeah!
It's time for the Afties!
Hot takes, opinions, thoughts. Let's go!
My 2x2, 5x5. What's up?
Flying tits.
Awesome. Thank you. Oh man, whip fam. Whip fam. Oh my god. Well, first off, let me just say shout out to our presenters, man. That was cool as shit. You know how it is. Like we have some of the best, most talented people always working on things, doing things. These are insane creators. They're always pushing the needle, pushing the buttons, trying things that other people are too scared to try. And they just keep hammering at the nail, you know, whether or not the nail goes through the board or not. So shout out to them. That being said, all right, so check this out. Before I play this video, I'm sharing my screen, by the way. You know, if you want to keep up with what I'm talking about, I highly advise you to click on me in the voice channel if you're brand new to this. Yeah, I'm sharing my screen and I'm sharing things that you want to know about. Before I get into that, all right. So last week, you know, I was hungover. I was having a good ass time the night before, and a little more information on what went down. I had so much fun that I decided to go back to the same exact spot 2 nights later. I was like, I wasn't done. I wasn't fucking done. I'm a fucking New York partier. It is what it is. So I went back to this.
Oh, so you're cutting out.
Oh, I'm cutting. All right. All right. Can you hear me? Awesome. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. Little mic issue. It's been kind of acting up. Maybe I need a new one. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so all right. So back to what I was saying. So I went to the spot that I was at. You know, I'm going nuts, going crazy, having a good time, seeing a bunch of people. One of my favorite DJs was spinning. It's like one of my brothers, is Rich Medina. He's a legendary DJ. Like if you don't know him, if you Google search him, you know that he's been like all over the place. So I had to go there and show some love. So I'm just vibing out at the bar at one point, chilling, and this group of ladies were around, and I'm just being my normal, loquacious, charming, handsome self, and I'm talking to them, and then at some point, I don't really know, I guess one got touchy feely. Yes, human ladies, thank God. One of them got touchy feely, and I'm drunk, so I'm just like, yeah, cool, consent. This is consent. I'm with the consensual shit. I'm not gonna abuse or harass or attack anyone without consent, just for the record. So this young lady was cool. It seemed cool. Things were like, you know, it was in the middle of terms of like being acceptable. It was like a 3 out of 5 acceptable. Then it slowly started getting to like a 4 out of 5 in terms of the scale of like lukewarm to just insanity. And I'm just like, okay, you know, like my senses were dulled because of alcohol, and it went nuts at one point where I don't know what happened. The young lady tried to bite my tongue, and then she scratched me in the face, and then she bit my nose, and she drew blood. And at that point, well, first of all, you know, my ego was like, dude, you're irresistible. You're the man. You're the man. We need more enthusiastic enthusiastic interests like this. And then it's like, no, wait, no, we don't. No, we fucking don't. And one of my friends came to my rescue. He was hanging out with people, but then he saw like it just seemed like insane. And when I started bleeding, he came over and like he pushed the girl away, and it was like it was just weird. It was a very weird experience. I've never experienced anything like that. You know, crazy people are around, just in life in general, you know, and I tend to keep my distance. This crazy person snuck up out of nowhere in the haze and fog of a good time, a good vibe, you know. Yeah, so I learned my lesson. I learned stay away from people. Don't sometimes people don't understand consent. They take it to an extreme. You know, it was just wild. It was insane. All right, but that being said, check this out. If you haven't clicked on me yet, if you're still here, oh wait, oh sorry, shit, that was too fast. Click on me if you haven't already. If you're still here, shit, if you're still in the voice channel, I don't know how you feel about that story, but click on me. Maybe this will rub you the right way, rub you better than I was rubbed on and bled to death unconsensually. Check this out.
Day one, I will fire Gary Gensler and appoint a new... I didn't know he was that unpopular. I didn't know he was that unpopular. Let me say it again. one, I will fire Gary Gensler. Whoa. And we'll appoint a new SEC chairman who believes America should build the future, not block the future, which is what they're doing.
So, obviously, this happened 2 weeks ago. This sent this just set everything on fire in terms of crypto, Twitter, Discord, Telegram, group chats, and spaces. This made me excited because, you know, obviously I've been talking about Gary Gensler forever. So hearing that a presidential candidate was looking to fucking finally give this guy his just due, regardless of which one it was, I still don't know who the fuck I'm choosing, to be honest with you, but that's neither here nor there. You make your choice. I just like hearing the fact that somebody else noticed, like, holy shit, oh wait, this is really a problem? Like, yes, finally, yes, this is an issue. This guy, it takes millions upon millions upon millions of people to scream emphatically at the words that you use without you realizing that you are using words that people love. He's like, oh my God, you people actually listen to me? You people listen to me? Yes, people listen to you. This was important. Shit, I can't wait till they fire this motherfucker. Anyway, so that happened, and then all of a sudden, the worst Sunday ever fucking occurred. If you can still see my screen, I had some better things queued up, but they started deleting tweets. People started deleting tweets. But I'll get right to the fucking shit. We had a global meltdown, but that was triggered by an unlikely source. In Japan, the Nikkei market, not to be confused with Nasdaq or the S&P 500 here in America. If you're like closeted finance, you gotta be out in the open. Don't be closeted with your finances, and then you'll learn a thing or two, son. So the Nikkei market melted down. It melted. It crashed. It died. Everyone was like, what happened? I tweeted out a late night tweet. I was basically saying, yo, here's a TLDR. A big player overbet. They got overstimulated. They got rugged. They self-liquidated, self-P-owned. And that's what went down. But then I deleted it because it just seemed like people didn't fully understand what was happening. And no one was gonna read my tweet anyway. No one fucking reads my tweets, so I don't like Twitter as a platform. That's neither here nor there. So what happened was this, and I didn't realize this. I knew, but I didn't really understand the gravity. That in Japan, the Nikkei market, you can borrow money with zero interest. Zero interest, y'all. And if you know finance, you're like, hold on 1 second. You know, if you take a loan out from a bank, that the bank wants to they want to be reimbursed for that shit. They're loan sharking, but they call it legal financing. They give you percentages to make you confused and shit about how much you pay until you get the check. You're like, oh my God, what is this? You 110% on the dollar. But I'm making that thing up. They don't actually do that. Sometimes they do if you don't fucking pay them. But in Japan, you can borrow zero. Like, they're basically borrowing free money, good debt times 1,000. So of course there are other countries who are gonna borrow the yen and then convert it somewhere else, probably in Poland or fucking Latvia, some other place. They're using the money markets around the globe in order to get back as much free money as possible. Somebody in Japan over the weekend, where people are chilling on a Sunday, said, you know what? I'm tired of these motherfuckers borrowing our yen for free with 0 interest. You know what? Is my mic still working? Did my shit cut out? Are you still with me?
You're good.
Awesome. Some motherfucker said, I'm tired of this shit, and they said 0.25% from now on interest. A quarter of interest is being charged. 1/4 of interest from now on. Everybody freaked out. If you're not expecting that shit, you're freaking out. People over leveraged. Everything fucking went down. Everything melted because you're not expecting that. Going into a Monday on a Sunday, everybody got liquidated. Because you're not expecting to pay, you over leverage, you already made your money moves. You're not expecting to suddenly pay gas fees that are $1,000 later on after you already made the transaction. I'm just trying to make some kind of parallel here for people who only think in terms of ETH. That was nuts. That was crazy. That was insane. So that happened. Everything got liquidated. Unfortunately, ETH got its ass kicked. It hasn't bounced back or recovered. Just a little update on the Nikkei market. They melted down. They got basically they came back in 2 days. So by Tuesday, which was 2 days ago, they got their shit back. They came back from the meltdown suddenly. What also happened was Jerome Powell of FDIC Fed fame. There were a lot of calls for it's about time for an emergency rate cut, man. This happened literally a couple of days after you said that no change to rate cuts was going to occur. There's a lot of things at play. One thing is Jerome Powell was a Trump appointee. Trump is running for president. Trump doesn't want Biden to suddenly seem as if like he's the money guy. So low key, high key, people think that he told Powell, don't do that shit until after the election. Then do rate cuts, make me look good. Fuck it. That's what one thing people think. The other thing is people think that Jerome Powell's a fucking idiot. It's a long time ago there should have been rate cuts. There were calls for rate cuts, not just for money to make money's sake, but because there's entire meltdown. Other things are melting down. Apple is trading at half of its price. Lululemon is trading at half of its price. Disney's melting down. Nike's melting down. It seems as if like something is wrong. Whatever you're doing, the strategy is not working. It doesn't take a smart analyst who has worked at Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley to tell us that something's wrong. If there's no inflation, why do hot dogs at Costco cost $1.50? Why do other things cost so much now? It doesn't make sense. Why, if there's no inflation, the power of the U.S. dollar ain't so powerful. What? I do not get it. If it doesn't, I get so emotional because I care about you all, and I get so emotional because I care. We thought that Jerome Powell will be summoned finally, that someone in the fucking Oval Office would get it, that rates would be reduced finally, that they won't wait until September. Why are we waiting until that time in order to introduce rate cuts? What's so special? The start of the fourth quarter. No, going into the fourth quarter. It's so stupid. It is so stupid. Jerome Powell said, hey, you know what we're going to do? We're going to start a buyback program. It's going to start now. We're going to buy back $8 billion. Then we're going to buy back $30 billion. And then lastly, in October, we're going to buy $10 billion. Everyone starts cheering. They buy back. So they're starting their buyback. We don't know what that means. Rate cuts and then buyback means that money is going to be printed, but you're also going to be burning money too at the same time. It's Jerome Powell. You've kept your foot on our necks. You've made Solana holders think that Their broken chain is amazing. It's insane. It seems like all of the Chainlink XRP holders who aren't true believers, the Cardano holders, it seems like they morphed into this new piece of shit. And they've been all over the crypto Twitter timeline saying that Solana is God, Solana is the best. They worship Solana, even though their chain only works 6 hours out of the fucking day. It's centralized. They got a bunch of dumbass celebrities. There are meme coins that don't even meme. They don't even meme. It's like, it's not even funny memes. It's not even in the sense of true cypherpunk energy. It's just things. It's things on a blockchain. We don't even know if it's blocking. It's not even shitcoin. It's not even shitcoins are cool. I know many of us here probably are Solana holders. I get it. The name sounds cool. It's purple, I guess, because that's what the branding comes with, right? With Solana, that it's purple or some shit. Maybe the wallet. There are many complaints about Ethereum not having positive messaging. There are many complaints. Oh yeah. Here's a buyback thing I was going to show you on screen, but whatever. Here's the last thing. There are many things just to round this shit out. Many people believe that ETH's messaging is terrible, which is why it's not trading high. Jump Crypto dumped all of its ETH, keeping the peg down. Grayscale selling off all of its ETH futures into spot ETF, positioning, keeping the price down. Gas fees, people hating gas fees, so they went to Solana because they hate ETH. They're like, the average individual is such a stupid conversation. You say, why do you hate ETH? Oh God, I hate ETH so much, man. Gas. Who am I paying gas to? Vitalik. Vitalik has billions of dollars. He's the next Elon Musk. Fucking gas fees. I just want to do things. It's like, I get it, sir, but do you not understand that you're actually paying you're literally paying the creators of Solana every time you use their broken chain. It's centralized, literally. I don't care. Decentralized, centralized, I don't care. It's cool. It's great. I'm gonna make $1 million. I don't get it. It's nonsensible. It's nonsensible token. It's a nonsensible fucking token. You know what else is nonsensical? I was gonna say non-consensual. Non-consensual, like that bitch who bit off my fucking nose. At a fucking club. Yeah. Look at this. Look at what I'm sharing on my screen. What's nonsensible is Elizabeth Warren getting her ass kicked. By the way, the SEC lost. They finally lost in their 4-year lawsuit against XRP. They only forced XRP to pay $130 million or $150 million in remuneration or whatever fees or whatever. They tried to charge them $2 billion. They got off with $130 whatever just because they were trading ahead of a schedule for the IPO. They lost. Congratulations. Elizabeth Warren's still trying to fight for fucking relevance. This fucking woman, she is pushing a bill to ban, check this out, Polymarket, y'all. To ban election gambling, quote unquote. She's trying to get rid of Polymarket, man. Polymarket? You're trying to ban Polygon, for the record, and Polymarket, because everybody's been talking about Polymarket lately. Jim Cramer, Elon, everybody on CNN has been showing Polymarket because why? Election season. Why? Because people quote unquote make millions off of betting on Polymarket. But the crazy thing is, I don't see the correlation. If you're betting in Matic, why isn't the price of Matic shooting up? Or are you betting in Matic? I don't understand the Sandeep. What the fuck is going on with the tokenomics of Matic, man? I don't get it. Maybe you could tell me. But y'all, this is just the state. This is the state of our environment. I don't know what the fuck is going on. The ETH price isn't bouncing back. from 2.5, it's at 200 whatever. Just it's not bouncing back. It's pissing me off. It fucking sucks. It's raining every day in New York. I don't know, man. Like we should be up. We should be up. That's all I gotta say. But I understand your frustration. I love you. Take care. Much love. I'll see you the fuck later. God damn it. Cue the music.